What if every time you had a new deal or even your first deal, you could pick up the phone a friend, and get the answers you needed? Hey guys, it's Chris Pree with smartrealestatecoach.com with another Deal Structure Sunday. We are with Evelio today from New Jersey, not too far from where we are here in Rhode Island. And welcome to the Deal Structure.
Thank you,
Evelio.
Chris. Thank you
It's
for
your
having me.
first deal too, so this is kind of cool for you.
Very, very excited, Chris.
Cool. So the reason I said that in the opening for the viewers is I was watching some training myself the other day, and the gentleman was saying how important in any industry it is so someone can actually literally pick up the phone and have their coach on the call, whether it's with the seller or buyer or just help. And so I don't know how many times you and I talked on this deal before we dive into it, but it was probably many.
It was plenty of times before we ended up signing a deal for sure.
And because of some curveballs with the seller, we're still talking about it. but it went well. So let's go over the numbers. Let's go over the basics first. So what was the source?
Source was expired.
Was it you or a VA, or what's the deal?
It was me. I actually picked up the call when he called, when the seller called in off of a text message that we sent him.
Okay, so this is interesting. So it was an expired, but did it start with a text, or just somewhere in your campaign it got a text and that caused it?
Yeah, no, it started with an email with no response, and then I followed up with a series of text messages, and he called back on one of them.
Okay, so I want to point out something here and get your feedback, because you're in the Wicked Smart community on Slack with all the other associates.
Correct.
How many times, in your words, because I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this, and how helpful is it to be able to share campaigns and share things that you guys all do that work or don't work together? I mean, any comments on that?
Extremely, extremely helpful. I mean, plenty of times I go in there and I just, reach out to one of the associates. Hey guys, I'm doing this and this, and it's not working. What are you guys doing? And I get a response right away, make the change, and it's literally, worked by making the small little tweaks.
Yeah, I saw, like, I'll go on sometimes to answer questions, say I was away or something, and I'll see, like, you guys in the high six especially, but I'll see other people like 8, 10, 12 answers helping one of the associates that, by the time we get there, sometimes it's all set with plenty of answers. Pretty cool.
Yep, definitely.
All right, so expired, but answered pieces of the campaign by text. You called them back. All right, so then from the time that happened, you called them back till the time you signed it up and then went to market, which we'll talk about next. How long was that?
From the time I spoke to him to the time we
Roughly, yeah.
signed him, roughly about 2 weeks.
Okay, so pretty tight, actually.
Yeah.
And I know, because you have other businesses, you have family, it's this and that, you don't like sit by a computer 12 hours a day and do terms deals. So, you got a lot of automation built in.
Correct.
All right, so a couple weeks. All right, so you got it signed on a lease purchase. Did you know going in, I forget, if you were going to do lease purchase or AO, or you knew you were going to do lease purchase?
I knew going in. I knew it was a lease purchase.
Okay, so then you got an agreement and you went to market. And how long did it take us to sell this one?
A week.
1 week. I honestly forgot. That's cool.
1 week.
All right, 1 week. So 2 weeks and 1 week. All right, so now let's go over, for that massive amount of time you spent, 3 weeks, let's go over the payday one from this buyer.
Payday one from this buyer is $36,000.
Okay, and so for the viewers, full disclosure, it's not always up front. Sometimes it is. The last 8 or so buyers that Nick got us, a lot of it was up front, if not all. You got how much up front on between this week and last week?
$12,000.
$12,000, and then the rest is scheduled when?
I got another $12,000 coming end of February 2021, and then another $12,000 coming in beginning of February 2022.
So tax refund time.
Correct.
Okay, so very popular with us. So for the viewers to know, you can literally look, like he has this one on there now, but think about this. Evelio puts on an Excel spreadsheet, let's say hypothetically, 12,000 in 2021, 12,000 in 2022. He does his next deal. He starts filling in these February deposits. It gets up pretty high. Like it'll get up to $250,000 before you know it with just a few deals. That's pretty cool. So you can actually project this out, opposed to wholesale and flip and getting one payday. All right, payday two, Evelio.
Payday two is 18,269.
18,269.
Yep.
So tell them how that came about. Like, you're paying what on the mortgage? Oh, well, let me point out this too. You did it properly. You didn't, you took occupancy, your tenant buyer did, and you didn't stop paying the mortgage yet. You're paying it the following month. Am I correct?
No, we're paying the first month.
You are. So you didn't catch
No.
that extra month.
Right.
On
I
this
did
one.
not. I did not. No. Even though it was supposed to be that way, I did not.
I know the seller was a peach. I already alluded to that. Okay, so for the viewers, if the seller wasn't such a pain in the butt, he would have, and most of the times we do, we keep that first month's payment from the buyer. It's almost like a payday one, and we pay the first payment 30 days out. Why? If I was you saying, why would my seller do that? Because you say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, your mortgage is paid in arrears. I didn't take occupancy yet, so why would I be paying for this month? Like, if it's May 1 occupancy, you're not paying May 1. That's for April. That's the logic and the script if you're not in our community. All right, so 18, and then how about payday 3, which would be, we didn't talk about what you tied it up for and what you sold for, so let's talk about that, and then the principal pay down.
So purchase price was 368,333.
Okay.
And we sold it for 399.9.
So like 31, 32 grand.
Correct.
Important for them to also know, the viewers, Evelio, 368, 333, we don't pay that. We say at the time, that's the number we're using. We're going to give you, does this guy get cash at the end? And what was his mortgage?
He's getting $108,000 at the end.
Yeah, so he owed like 260.
260, right.
Yeah. So what Evelio says to him is, at the end of the term, I'm going to pay off your mortgage, which won't be 260 anymore, and I'm going to give you the 100 and whatever grand. Just so everybody understands that we don't talk sale price necessarily when we do lease, purchase, and sandwich. We talk cash out for the seller, right?
Right.
Okay. So payday 3, we sucked up most of the markup by the payday 1. So now what's left is principal pay down, pretty much.
Right. Which is 11,400.
Just 11,400. Okay, so what's the total, all three? If it goes 24 months, because you only did a buyer for 24, but you did him for 36.
That is correct. If it goes full term, 24 months will be 65.7.
65.7. Very similar to our average, slightly lower. That's because you're basing on 24. If the buyer takes a little more time or takes the full term, which they can, happens, what will be the full term payday 3s? All 3 paydays.
All 3 paydays will be over 80,000.
80 plus.
Yep.
Okay. So my guess would be you're going to fall closer to the 65 in this one, because I think you have a really good buyer from what you told me.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So any other nuances that I didn't cover, Evelio? Anything at all?
No, I think we covered it all.
So you invested a whopping 3 weeks for 65 to 80 grand, all 3 paydays.
That is correct.
So the magic question for the viewers is, how many of those they have to put together in the course of a year or so? I just spoke to a potential new associate, Evelio, who you'll meet soon from Philly when we went to do the workshop. And he said, yeah, I figured out, I mean, if I come in at one of your associate levels and I just do a few deals, I'm all set. Like, he's been in real estate. He understands the numbers. So these deals are killer when you do them right.
That is correct. Yes.
Good deal. Well, congrats on deal number 1 and one of many.
Thank you.
We just told like tens of thousands of viewers and members that, so you got to do some more deals.
All right. Got to do them.
All right. Good deal. Congrats, buddy.
Right.
If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please subscribe so that you don't miss any of these deals. There's literally over 100 now in there. I don't know what the exact number is. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, you might want to jump over and do that. We're doing some really cool releases now where it's solo cast with just me. It's solo cast with my son-in-law and I. It is family cast. We have family members or associates like Evelio on there. And then it's the regular interviews we do with outside people. So it's always being switched up. Go to smartrealestatecoachpodcast.com or just go to one of your favorite podcast apps like Google, Spotify, you name it, iTunes, and get yourself subscribed. Lastly, Evelio, why should they be at the events? You've been to several events, so I know I didn't tell you I was going to ask you that either, but why should they be at one of the events? And I'll tell them where they are in a minute.
Because the networking on those events will be life-changing, for sure.
Just that.
Just that. Just the networking.
Yeah, so that's a cool way of coming at it. So just the conversations in the hallway and the miscellaneous networking. You guys can go to bizscaling.com or the QLS live event. I think it's just qlslive.com, but they're on our website. Okay, so get yourself registered. If you have the QLS program, the QLS event is free. And so we'd love to meet you there. We'd love to spend some time with you. A lot of the viewers will say, well, can I talk to Evelio? I saw him in the video. Can I talk to some of your associates? Yeah, just show up at the event. They're there and they're open to talking with you. So Evelio, thanks again, buddy. Congrats, and make it a great evening.
Thank you, Chris.